The Clockmaker's Secret. In the cobbled heart of Saint Laurent, a sleepy French village nestled between green hills, stood a little clock shop that hadn't opened its doors in over a year. Its windows were fogged with dust, and a faded wooden sign above read, Jacques Lemoine, horloger depuis 1948, clockmaker since 1948. Jacques had passed away quietly in his sleep at the age of 93. Most of the village remembered him as a quiet man with quick hands and a slower smile, who tinkered with time as if it were a friend he didn't want to lose. After his passing, the shop and everything inside were left to his granddaughter, Elise. She was a journalist in Paris, more accustomed to digital clocks and deadlines than winding gears and tick-tocking silence. But when she stepped into the shop that summer, the air smelled of varnish and oil, and something in her paused, like the hands of a stopped clock. At the back of the shop stood a towering grandfather clock, ornately carved with vines and swans. It hadn't worked in decades. A little brass plaque at the base read, La fidélité garde le temps. Faithfulness keeps time. She tried winding it. Nothing. The pendulum hung still. Curious but exhausted, she stayed in the apartment above the shop that night, lulled to sleep by the quiet whisper of the wind through old shutters. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the silence broke. Dong, dong, dong. She sat bolt upright. The grandfather clock had chimed 3 times then. A single sharp tick. In the morning, Elise examined the clock again. Still not working. No ticking. No gears turning. The chimes had come from somewhere, though. She ran her fingers along the frame and felt a faint groove along the side panel. Gently, she pressed in. With a soft click, a hidden compartment slid open. Inside, wrapped in oilcloth, lay a folded map. Not just any map, it was a detailed sketch of the village from 1943, during the German occupation. Drawn in Jacques's precise hand, it showed tunnels beneath the church, marked with notes in French and strange symbols. Next to the map was a letter, written in careful script. If you are reading this, then time has chosen you. In 1943, I helped hide something important beneath Saint Laurent. Something the world was not ready for. The clock will guide you, but only when the night is quiet enough to listen. Jacques Els. Elise, intrigued and unsure, followed the map over the next week. Late one night, with a flashlight and quiet steps, she entered the crypt beneath the old stone church. Behind a crumbling wall, she discovered a metal box wrapped in canvas. Inside was a weathered notebook, resistance documents, and a tiny mechanical device, a portable radio transmitter. But what astonished her most was a photo of Jacques in his youth, standing beside Alan Turing. It turned out Jacques had been part of a secret network smuggling Allied tech and intelligence through occupied France. The grandfather clock, always silent since the war, was designed as a timer, set to awaken when its hidden mechanism wore thin enough to chime once again. Elise wrote the story of a lifetime, revealing her grandfather's forgotten past. But more than that, she stayed in Saint Laurent, reopening the clock shop. Each time a visitor walked in and heard the clock's ticking, she smiled. Because sometimes time hides the truth, and sometimes it rings just when we're ready to hear it.